Hey guys, what's up? V8 Merc here, and I want to show you guys a new part I got for my AR-15. This is a scope mount, a one-piece scope mount made by Nikon. This is the M223 mount. It costs about $80. I got it off of opticsplanet.com. Pretty good site. And I just want to kind of open this up and show it to you guys if you're wondering about getting it and you want to know what it looks like and the fit and finish and whatnot. So here's the mount itself, and it just got two screws on top to hold down the scope. It's a 1-inch. They're 1-inch rings, and 1-inch or 30mm. I think it's they're basically the same. And it's got a pretty nice look to it. Pretty clean, pretty sleek, round. It's all rounded, no sharp corners. It's got a flat matte black finish. It says M223 right there on both sides. And let me go ahead and take this apart so you guys can take a look at it. Now, I just noticed something, but these gaps here, you can kind of feel the edges a little bit. I mean, they're pretty close. They could have been, I don't know, machined or finished to fit nicer. Yeah, like on this one right here, it's sticking out just a little bit. That, I mean, not too many people worried about it so much, but if you are a particular person, it might bother you. And it comes with the supplied hex tools. They're right in the back, right there. It has a total of, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8 screws. Now some scope mounts like the pepper mount from Burris have, I think it holds 3 on each one, which some people think that it holds better. I'm not too sure, I really can't answer that. But if they put only 2 on each part of the mount, they probably tested it and they found that it works, so it should be fine. I like to think Nikon's a pretty good company. Oh, it's got to come out a little bit more. Alright, so these have a little bit of lubricant on them, it looks like. They're really nicely polished in here. I've also noticed on some other mounts they have, or some other rings, they have a piece of tape, excuse me, a piece of tape or a little piece of rubber in here so that when you clamp it down and you cinch it down, the scope will not move. This one doesn't have that, and I'm kind of wondering how this is going to work. Hopefully it holds. I think it will. And same thing down here, they don't have anything. I mean, it should be fine. So those are the rings off right there. It's all nice in here, no sharp corners, so it won't really scratch up your scope tube. And now for the bottom screws here that clamp to the Picatinny rail, this is only for that, or it could also work for a what they call 1913 rails. I think it'll work on those too. So it only has hex fittings on one side. The other side are nuts that are synced into the aluminum frame, and that one has a different size hex key. So let's go ahead and take those off. And these all have a little bit of blue Loctite on them from the factory, and so the whole screw comes out and the nut remains right there. And when I first got this mount, I thought it had like a clamp-on system where you loosen the screws and then a bar from here would come off, and then you put it down where you want it, you slide it back and forth, then you clamp it and then tighten it. With this, both sides remain on here, and again there's the other nut, and you just slide it on just like this onto your rifle, wherever you want to put it, probably up here or something like that, and that's how you put it on. Now it seems like it's very snug, so it fits very tight. That's a really good thing. You really don't want it too loose, but you also don't want it too tight. And I was just also checking for the roughness, and it seems to be fine in here. So all in all, the build quality is pretty nice. I'm really happy with this. Kind of a little iffy on the 2 screws. I don't know if maybe you are wondering about that as well, but I think it should hold, should be fine. Again, it's all 100% aluminum construction, including the threads, with the exception of these nuts here. These are steel. And so that's the mount itself. And now in the packaging, I was wondering where's the instructions for this, and it just goes over, has a little overview on everything back here. And then I saw this paper sticking out, and this is a little clever thing they did. This is like how you take it apart, and it explains how to put the ring on there, and it tells you don't tighten it over 25 inch-pounds right there. So these are installation instructions, and this is like a warranty card, 1-year limited warranty. You know how all that stuff works. And then that's the address for the place. So that's the mount right there, and if you guys are wondering how it, if you have any questions on how it fits and how the finish quality and stuff like that, just go ahead and leave a comment below and I'll be happy to answer that. If you're looking for the actual mounting of the scope on this rifle, I'll leave a link right about here, and you guys can see the whole mounting process and how it looks on this rifle with the scope that I bought, which is a Nikon Monarch UCC 3 to 9 by 40 scope, and it's also a flat black finish as well. You can also find that video on the channel as well. So that's what I want to show you guys here. A quick little overview on this mount. Just trying to show you guys if you were looking at getting one. I think it's really nice, and I'm kind of happy I got this one. Alrighty guys, V8 Merc out.